The level of urgency is especially high right now for Minnesota soybean farmers. They're right in the bullseye for tariff retaliation, and their biggest export market is now a black hole.
Nothing's moving. Nothing's moving.
China usually buys $12 to $13 billion worth of American soybeans every year, but they haven't bought any in months. Instead, they're importing for the first time from Argentina and expanding long-term contracts with Brazilian farmers.
It's going to be tough to get some of that business back that we're losing. Retaliatory tariffs has caused us to be less competitive in the global marketplace.
In the short term, most soybean farmers will harvest their crops and either sell them at a loss or pay to store them, or a little of both. But they can only last so long with income at or near zero. And it's not just soybeans. China has curtailed its imports of American corn, wheat, and sorghum.
There has been times like this in the past, and we've gotten through it, and I know we will again. We just need to make sure that we are making trade deals and get them done in a timely fashion.
The first Trump administration gave farmers a $28 billion bailout after a 2018 trade war, but some analysts say China was better prepared this time, so this battle could rearrange the global trade map.
In news that surprises absolutely no one, we are not seeing any orders from China for U.S. soybeans, and we are normally already starting to see those because harvesting starts in September. And it is being reported that the Chinese government is pressuring Chinese importers to not purchase soybeans from the United States. And if that doesn't happen, then the price of soybeans is going to continue to fall. And right now, it is below the break-even point, which means that every farmer in the Midwest, in the Dakotas, and all over the country that produces soybeans for export and sale is going to lose money this year. That's not good for the farmers. It's not good for the economy. And we told you. We tried.
Yeah, they were told time and time again, but they still voted for who they voted for. Hey, beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. So all credit goes to the creators in this video. So one thing is clear, the soybean farmers are in deep trouble because the truth now is facing them hard. And many of them voted for these same policies that are hurting them. When promises was made about trade war, stronger America, better deals, they took it hook, line, and sinker. And they voted for this uncertainty that they are facing because now the price of soybeans has dropped. Foreign buyers have moved on. And this same trade battle that is going on that was supposed to make life better has left farmers struggling to keep their lands that has been in their generation for ages, struggling to pay bills. The sad reality is that many of them are realizing that FAFO is now their reality because they messed around with their votes. They believed everything that is said to them, and now they are finding out the costs, right? And it is very, very bitter. Now, the seeds that they sown, or the seeds that they what's the English, guys? The seeds that they planted back then, right, when they were supposed to do something different with their votes, now they are reaping it. And many of them proudly supported Trump that promised to fight tough battles on their behalf because they were told that tariffs will bring back respect, that other countries will bend and America will win. But guys, you and I know that the world does not work like that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's see what these other creators have to say.
1 in every 4 rows of soybeans in every field in the entire United States of America has to go abroad. China is the largest importer of soybeans in the world. They import 61% of the world's market. Last year, we sent around $12 billion, I think $14 billion worth of soybeans the year before. For the first time in 20 years, China's bought 0 soybeans and 0 new crop corn out of this country.
0?
So we went from 12 billion to 0.
Where are they buying the soybeans?
Brazil. You see, we lost 42% of our market share in the first tariff war. In Trump's first tariff war, the Chinese went to buying their soybeans from Brazil. They invested billions of dollars in Brazilian infrastructure. They have moved into Africa, and they're going to commercially farm in Africa. Since we left with USAID, they moved their Belt and Road program into Africa. So we've pretty much lost the Chinese market share. If we got 100% of the soybean business, Katie, for every country in the world except for Brazil and Argentina, we would still only have half the soybean business that
What are all
China.
those starving soybean farmers in the Midwest going to do with the 55 billion pounds of soybeans that China's not buying this year? I know Iowa is going to go nuts for making their own soy milk, and I know that Arkansas is going to go nuts for tofu. I'm sure they're going to love their own homemade miso in Indiana, and I know those North Dakotans are going to love soy yogurt. In Missouri, they can send their kids to school with some whole roasted soybeans for snack and then make their own veggie burgers for lunch and dinner. I have never met a person in the Midwest or the South that doesn't love a good veggie burger. Have you? And no more Baskin Robbins on a hot summer day in Wisconsin. You won't need your healthy cows because you can make your very own soy ice cream. And it doesn't stop there. Are you going to be cold this winter and you can't afford your heating bill, but you have a ton of extra soybeans, literally? Well, just simply learn how to make your own spray foam insulation with soybeans. Maybe they can make their own biodiesel too. That doesn't sound complicated at all. See, you don't need to blame others. You can just pull yourself up by your own soybeans. Or you could have voted for Kamala, but I guess she had a funny laugh,
What
right?
a funny reason not to vote for Kamala, right? Because instead of respect, there was retaliation. Instead of the respect that the administration thought was going to come as a result of all these tariffs, there was retaliation, trade retaliation. And all these countries turned to different suppliers. Farmers ended up with soybeans rotting in silos, debts piling up, hopes shrinking. And what makes this harder is that knowing that many of these farmers cheered for these same policies at rallies and supported them even at the ballot box, guys, because they believe that this was the right choice. But the truth is that choices have consequences. Oh my goodness. And now they are feeling the sting of FAFO. They believe that standing beside or behind, whatever, behind the right leader, voting for someone that promised to fight for them was going to work out in their favor. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Because the irony is that many of these farmers thought they were protecting themselves. But by cheering risky trade fights, they were just digging their own hole. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Let's keep watching these videos.
Can we just talk for a minute about the Arkansas soybean farmers? Arkansas voted 2/3 for Trump. Trump had promised to implement tariffs. Trump then implemented those tariffs. China has retaliated, and because our soybeans, the tariff war made our soybeans too expensive, they decided to buy their soybeans from Brazil, signed 20-year contracts with Brazil, and now for a generation, the Arkansas soybean farmers are screwed because they lost their biggest soybean customer. And they are demanding compensation. Demanding. I mean, I almost admire it. I almost admire the audacity. But they said they don't really like taking government handouts, but, they really don't have a choice. And they are demanding that we compensate them.
Oh boy, let's talk about how Trump is screwing the farmers. I have a lot of soybean farmers who are my clients, and this is really bad news. Caleb Ragland, who's the president of the American Soybean Association, he said farmers are heading into a harvest season without a single order from China. 25% of soybean farmers' crops are usually sold to China. The prices of soybeans are down 40% because of what's happening under the Trump administration, and production costs are rising. I'm tying in the Trump administration to this. This Soybean Association president is still speaking up Donald Trump. 500,000 soybean growers in the United States exist and are being severely impacted by this. They're having to now rely on loans to get them through the season. There are 231,000 jobs associated with soybean farming, harvesting, transportation, storage, you name it. And he says the impact on the local rural community that depends on the farmer is going to be severely impacted. South American farmers, soybean farmers, are filling the gap. China is just hop-skipping over the United States, and countries like Brazil have got it completely covered. No wonder Trump is attacking some of these other countries south of us. But then he went on to reiterate that Donald Trump loves farmers and that he supports Trump. And he says that the Trump administration told him to tell the farmers to be patient. I just want to explain what the soybean farmers are looking at. Harvest season is right around the corner. Imagine that there's a machine manufacturer that is on the brink of bankruptcy, and they've got a whopping $50,000 in the bank. And they've got to make a decision. Do we keep hiring people to build this one machine in hopes that we can sell it and make that money back? Do we drain that $50,000 and go into debt, hiring employees, purchasing materials to make it happen, run our facility to make that machine, pay for transportation costs to ship it out in the hopes that we'll have a customer for it? That's what they're facing. They've got to hire H-2A workers, those nasty, nasty brown-skinned people. And I'm being very sarcastic. That's how MAGA looks at them. There's truck drivers that haul the soy. There's storage facilities with silos that store them. The farmer pays to have them stored. They're going to tell them we have no room because we're storing 10,000 other farmers' soy products that are not being sold anywhere. Like, this is so fucking devastating. And when I saw that farmer in, I believe, Arkansas, crying, this is a grown-ass man with gray hair. Donald Trump, we love you. We need your help. This is what MAGA doesn't get. Don't leave a chair, a seat at the table, expecting Donald Trump to come sit down and talk to farmers. He will only sit at the tables that have billionaires and Project 2025 folks. He's only focused on their agenda. And the Project 2025 agenda includes changing the American farming industry that's going to fucking screw every American.
Guys, while I pity the farmers that did not F around, those that F'd around, I really do not pity them. Because many of those farmers voted for the very same storm that they are trapped in. They believed in all those speeches, they trusted the slogans, and now they are paying the price. Every vote plants a future, guys. You cannot reap what you did not sow. Farmers wanted strength, but now they got struggle. They want abundance, they want surplus, but they did not sow it. So choices have consequences, guys. When they voted, they planted the seed, and now this is the harvest. They are paying the cost. Ultimate FAFO, right? Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear from you. And if you have found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll definitely see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.